Why not have children of your own?
The royal bloodline should not be shared casually. There is no one good enough.
The dragons were the true royals. Your bloodline is not a royal one.
Utter those words again, Morrigan, and I will cut your head clean off. Successor be damned. The sea favors me. I am the king.
Hey all you cool creatures. I'm Cryptid. Welcome to the Cryptid Plays YouTube channel, and today we are going to play Bloodlines, which is a visual novel that is a submission to Ace Jam of 2024. It is also part of the folklore series, of which Inside the Box and Do You Like Sweets are also a part of. But what this game is about is that there's a kingdom that is ruled by a cruel Leviathan, and he rules with an iron fist. The only way to escape service to him is to have a successor of your own blood. Our two characters are Morrigan and her brother, Sean. Morrigan is a witch who cannot have children, and her brother, Sean, is the king's royal advisor, and he is asexual. King Tyr is adamant that Sean must have a child to continue his family bloodline. We will be playing as Morrigan, who will do anything to protect her brother from the king's toxic demands. Now, of course, there are a few content warnings for this game, which include acephobia, fantasy discrimination and prejudice, implied abuse, and mentions of a violent death. This visual novel only has one ending, and it is fully voice acted. Alright, and with all of that out of the way, let's get started. Welcome to Bloodlines, a short visual novel which is part of the folklore series. We will be playing the sea witch Morrigan. I want to hear her voice acting, but I might turn it off so that so that I have a chance to do some speaking. But this just reiterates some of the stuff I said. And anyhow, let's go. Yes. Mute Morrigan. Mythics are creatures of folklore who are gifted with a humanoid form. My brother and I are descendants of the Olafisht. Olafisht? I'm not well versed in Irish. I apologize.
We are servants to the mythic King Tyr, the noblest of Leviathans, and live in an enchanted castle, disconnected from the mainland of Eira, surrounded by the sea.
King Tyr is a relic with a reign spanning hundreds of years. Unlike the monarchs of old, he rules with an iron fist.
Serving the royal family was once seen as a privilege, but since King Tyr's reign began, it's become a cause for immense sorrow. Mythics now live in fear that they will be called into the king's service, doing all they can to avoid it.
King Tyr has made many rules for his servants, rules that show every inch of his insecurity and possessiveness, the cruelest being
the only way to leave the king's service alive
is to provide a successor of your own blood.
I can come and go, but I must always return, as I cannot have children.
I do not want children, and so I cannot leave. We are bound to this place, unable to physically age beyond the start of adulthood.
I love these designs. They're so beautiful. Here I am, invited to a dull, meandering audience with the king. How Sean puts up with this on a daily basis, I will never know. Everything the king says makes my blood boil. He criticizes every effort to help him.
Oh, is this arrangement not to your liking, my king? What if we were to hold the Sprite Market on the winter solstice? Would that please you better?
Yes. Get it changed.
Of course, no trouble at all.
How long has it been since you took this post?
I was born 60 years ago, if my memory serves. I began my duties at the tender age of 15. Why do you ask, my king?
Oh, that's awful. That is a long time already.
After all this time, you still speak like your father. Sycophantic and all too eager to please.
My father was regarded most highly. I'm delighted I remind you of him.
He was more of a man than you will ever be.
That's so mean. What the heck, sir?
Oh, right you are, sire. He was wonderful.
Okay, but I love Sean. He is purposefully being obtuse.
That's not what I meant. He did his duty to continue the Olafist bloodline, whilst you continue to disappoint me. Your blood is noble. Creatures like you must have children or...
As always, you do not mince words, sire, but I'm afraid I cannot be swayed. Still, let me change the Sprite Market date. I'll see to it at once.
He's very, very good at not getting angry, and I dig that a lot. Poor Sean. The king is an absolute jerk, by the way. All the respect for Sean, none for the king. Sean says that it was joy and love that made me and he. I want to believe him, but in my heart I think we were sacrifices so that our parents could leave this horrible place. But Sean is a hopeless romantic. He believes that love can flourish for everyone in its own way, even in a place like this. The harshness of the king's words bounce off of him because he is so comfortable with himself. My little brother is a creature of resilience and compassion. How dare the king speak so rudely to him? Royal or not, His Majesty is about to get a tongue lashing. And you should, Morrigan. I agree with this.
And what of you, Morrigan, Witch of the Black Rock? Why do you stand idly with an ill-tempered face of thunder?
Forgive me, Your Majesty. I was racking my mind to find something useful to do for you.
And what did you find?
A request for herbal supplies after protecting the castle. Human fishermen strayed too close to the castle last night. I conjured a fog to lead them back to the mainland.
A tempest would have done away with them just as well.
Yeah, but do we really want to kill them? Well, maybe you do. It would have killed them.
Precisely.
Yeah, you do. Of course you do. Anyway, I'm all out of mountain heather. I'll need to travel to the mainland to get some. The traders bring ale and little else. Do you approve?
Humans. Always thinking they are the world's shepherds. They are no more than leeches sucking nature dry for naught but selfish gain.
He ignores my request and then moans about something else. Typical. Many living creatures are selfish, my king. It's a common flaw. I dare say many mythics could be called selfish.
Your brother is one such creature. The women of the castle must despair at his disinterest in them.
I want to smack that crown right off your head. My brother is a gentleman. He would be delighted to court. And he isn't disinterested.
But given his lack of interest in intimacy, they must not wish to pursue him.
So what? That's not all love is.
It is all that matters.
To you, perhaps.
Woman, do not speak to me as if I am in the minority.
Wow, you're rude. Most people wouldn't give two figs about what my brother would or wouldn't do. I think they would want him to be happy. Perhaps it is fear of your disapproval that holds them back.
I see through your veiled slights, Morrigan. Do not test me, else your loveless brother will suffer for it.
Oh, do you not think he does not suffer enough from your insults?
He tells me how much he adores his role.
That is because he cares deeply for everyone in this place, even you.
Heed me, witch. If you fail in your duty, the worst thing that will happen is that you or your brother will die. If I fail mine, we are all doomed. The mythics will become extinct. Is that what you want?
Others are happy to have children. Why put pressure in places where it isn't needed? Give me a minute. Alright, let's see what happens when we say we found a book on regal etiquette. I found this, actually. The previous royal mage kept it in his study. Perhaps for the old dragon queen. Not that you need to brush up on your manners, sire, but it might be worth skimming the pages for some insight.
The old dragon queen offers no insight to me.
I think we can all find insight in the past. Take this passage. She says, I adore how love comes in so many forms. Eros, Philia, Ludus, Agape, Pragma, and Storge. Such a beguiling palette of affection to choose from. Though Philautia and Mania are ones I'd like to know a little less.
Sentimental words that do not stand the test of time. Your bloodline wanes, Morrigan. Your younger brother must do his duty.
His duty? My brother is flesh and blood. He is more precious to me than what runs through his veins. If our bloodline must wane, then I will gladly let it wane.
What would the Olaphites think of such a thing,
I don't think the Olafest would be all that bothered, to be honest. It's a shame I can't ask them.
I see through your veiled slights, Morrigan. Do not test me, else your loveless brother will suffer for it.
Alright, I am going to skip ahead a bit. Others are happy to have children. Why put pressure in places where it isn't needed?
Others, the commoners, kelpies, redcaps, and puka, will show our nobility is spent. You cannot change your infertility, but he is a disgrace to your family. He is a creature without impulse or love.
Give me 1 second, I just want to see what nothing does. Alright, what did we find? Nothing. Nothing at all. All is as it usually is, so I needn't do anything extra than I usually do.
You are so contrary. Why not anticipate my whims? Why must you always be told what to do?
Your whims are hard to anticipate, my king. Sean does his best, and you still voice your dissatisfaction. What is a witch to do?
She is to make an attempt to please me.
No thanks. Why, I wouldn't even know where to start. Well, aside from performing a miracle and having a child before your eyes.
I am aware of your ailment, woman. I am not so cold as to blame you for a situation not of your making.
But you're happy to criticize my brother?
Your brother has the means, he lacks the inclination.
My brother respects himself and others. He does not show love through sensual pleasure. He is very transparent about that, which is courageous in these halls.
The court witch is feeling particularly bold this morning. Perhaps she might rack that mind of hers a little more cautiously and speak less curtly.
No, thank you.
I see through your veiled slights, Morrigan. Do not test me, else your loveless brother will suffer for it.
Alright. Gonna skip ahead a bit.
Heed me, witch. If you fail in your duty, the worst thing that will happen is that you or your brother will die. If I fail mine, we are all doomed. The mythics will become extinct. Is that what you want?
Others are happy to have children. Why put pressure in places where it isn't needed?
Others, the commoners, kelpies, redcaps, and puka, will show our nobility is spent. You cannot change your infertility, but he is a disgrace to your family. He is a creature without impulse or love.
Alright, so what if we just leave? I think I should leave before I say something foolish.
It is just as well that you are a witch, Morrigan. You can do little else to aid me. You are not tender of spirit, nor pleasing on the eye. Your spawn would be dreadful.
Not pleasing to the eye? Are you blind? She's gorgeous.
Your brazen attitude is tolerated because there is no other witch to replace you. But continue to test me, and I will find someone to take your place. Now go.
I'm gonna see what the other choices say now. I am proud of my brother.
Proud? You would both be free if he were to provide a successor. If you hate me as much as you posture, convince him and end your service.
I will have my own head put on a spike before I tell him how to live and love.
Your brazen attitude is tolerated because there is no other witch to replace you. But continue to test me, and I will find someone to take your place. Now go.
Alright, now the other choice. He is the most loving man I know.
Then you have a poor sampling of men and love. Though I'm not surprised.
You are just the meanest. If my brother and I offend you so, discharge us, my king.
There are two ways to leave this castle. By replacing yourself with a successor, or to die. Continue to offend me, and I will explore options to instigate the latter. Your brazen attitude is tolerated because there is no other witch to replace you. But continue to test me, and I will find someone to take your place. Now go.
The nerve of that man. I'd put his head on a spike if only I could. Huh? Who's crying? Sounds like one of the little ones.
It's all right now, young Master Robert. Let's get you dry. Now, tell me what happened to make you so upset and so songy.
Oh my gosh. Wait, hold on. Before I continue, the flowers are at least partially the colors of the ace flag. That's so cute. My brother, the loveless one. The king understands nothing. The Dragon Queen would have respected my brother. She admired all kinds of love. But poor little Robert. What has the lad gotten mixed up in this time? I'll let Sean calm him before I go in.
It was the other little ones. They pushed me into the well. They said mean things. They said I'm unlovable.
Oh, poor baby.
You? The sweetest boy from Alba that I know? No, it couldn't be. That sounds like a whole lot of nonsense. But Mama abandoned me here. She didn't even work at the palace. It's because I'm a medium, isn't it? Because I'm a seer? Because I see the ghosts? I can't say I know for sure, as I've never met your mother. Do you have lots of brothers and sisters, Robert? All Kelpies do. Mama was busy looking after them all. None of them were very good at looking after things or people. It would be a difficult choice to make. To leave your children behind when you know they can't look after themselves. But I know that it's not fair on you, little one. The other children who live here still don't like me. It's been a whole season. It feels hopeless. Come here now. You sit by this fire, I'll make you a special drink reserved only for the nicest and most likable people.
Oh no, I realized that I've been covering their portraits this whole time. Give me a minute. I'm gonna resize the game a bit so you can at least see them for the last bit.
Me? Well, it'd be mighty prideful to make one for myself, wouldn't it, Master Robert? Of course for you.
He's so sweet.
I wish my mama had been like you. She wasn't kind like you are, but I still love her. And everyone has to love the king. That's a royal decree. But should I love people like Mama and the king if they don't love me back? In the end, we only hurt ourselves doing that. Feelings can be hard to understand, can't they? Sometimes we still love people who don't love us back. We can't help it. I think Mama was hurting a lot. And the king is very busy, so he would never have time to say that he loves me. And I'm not handsome or clever or powerful. Now I think on, there's no reason for them to like me. Master Robert, this is very important. What is? To me, it doesn't matter what powers you have, or how clever you are, or how you look. So long as you're being yourself, you are lovable.
Exactly.
I promised you when you first arrived that I'd take care of you. All I want is for you to realize that you deserve to be loved as much as anyone else. I don't know if I can believe that. Well, it'll take a little bit of time. You need to be in the company of someone who sees your good points. I think I know just the serpent. He's a short man with greenish-blue hair and rather lovely eyes. He fancies himself quite the singer.
Oh, he's so cute.
That's you! It is so. And one day, you'll find things you like about yourself, too. You're kind to everyone. To even me. I hope I grow up to have a kind heart like yours, Sean. I think you already have one, Master Robert. No, you'll be delirious from the thirst. All that seawater makes you thirstier, you know. It does? Oh, okay. Have you been here a long time, Sean? Me? Oh, yes. I'll be here longer still. You will? Don't you want to continue your bloodline and leave? That's what the older boys and girls said their parents did. And then that's what they want to do. Good grief, no. But that's just a personal preference of mine. I think parenthood is most admirable, just not my cup of tea. But you'd be such a nice papa. Perhaps I would. But honestly, I like my own company enough to stay as I am for now. I'd like to court someone one day, but I'm not too keen on the love-making. It can be difficult to explain to some mythics, and many can't imagine a relationship without it. Does it make you sad? Sometimes. But most mythics respect it. They just feel a little confused and sad themselves because we've had to part ways. I suppose in this castle, having a successor of your own blood is very important. I'm so sorry, Sean. Don't you worry. There are plenty of fish in the sea, Master Robert. I'll wait until I find the perfect match. And even if I never meet them, I'm happy in the company of those I cherish. My big sister once said, "Love-making is the best part of being in love." Sean, what does it mean? It means, well, your big sister shouldn't be saying such things to a small one like you.
Yeah, kinda. It's also not true. Something like that is not necessary, and this is proving a very good point.
But that's big sisters for you. Always thinking they know best. Isn't that right, Morrigan? Skulking around back there. Come, have some tea with me and Master Robert.
It is so. I have it on good authority that big sisters always know best.
Morrigan, it's so nice to see you.
Good to see you too, Robert. You consider how you want to reply to Robert. Well, obviously, I'm going to go for all of them. I might as well just go down the list. You're soaked to the bone. Who did this to our dear, sweet Robert?
Just some little ones. I don't know their names.
Don't be so soft-hearted. I know you're lying. I want names, ages, profiles. I'll teach them.
Oh, for the love of ocean foam. Morrigan, calm down. Perch yourself on the table there. You're making the place look untidy.
I'll teach them to mess with you. I'll brew a storm in their rooms and they'll be so soggy it'll take days to dry out.
You're so funny. But please don't be mean to them. I'll be fine.
Oh, if you say so.
Good on you, Master Robert. Let's not start the day with vengeance.
But a good dose of vengeance is part of a healthy breakfast. It'd make me feel better.
Too well I know, sister dearest.
Robert, we may not be your blood family and you're not our successor, but that doesn't mean we don't want what's best for you.
I know I haven't been here a long time, but I want to help you both too. You're not my mama or papa, but this is the nicest feeling I've ever known. You're like my new family. Now stop it, the pair of you, or I'll be in bits. Tea for us all. Cheers to each other.
His tears, he's so cute. All right. I'm gonna go back and get the other choices. You must be freezing. Let's warm you up with magic.
No magic in the kitchen, not after last time. I'll go get a blanket.
He's scared I'll burn the pheasant again.
Oh, yes. I heard the king was very grumpy about that.
He's always grumpy about everything.
Here you are, Master Robert. One of my personal favorites. It's cozy.
Oh,
What pattern is it? Now that right there is Afrikaten Dove. It's from Alba, just like you, Robert.
cute. Black Watch Tartan will be here for days whilst he rambles on and on about it.
It's special because humans say that those who have no tartan of their own can wear it. Even me?
Even you, Robert.
Even you. I think you look handsome in it. When I'm grown, I could wear it, couldn't I?
If that's what you'd like, we'll get it made. Nothing is too much trouble. The tailor would be happy to, that I know for sure.
And you'd be happy to pop in on him, wouldn't you, sister dearest?
Oh, does she have a crush on the tailor? Excuse me, Sean McNamara. I'll have you know he'd also be glad of my company.
Oh, sister? Did your evening stroll go well?
His expressions, oh my god. It did so.
Oh, what a pair you'll make. He's the only one I know who can match your wit.
Oh, that's so sweet.
What does that mean?
We've promised ourselves to each other. One day, when the rules change, we'll get married.
Oh, will his family get angry at him if you marry now?
Oh, No, little one. His family aren't the problem. They'd be happy for us. The king will get angry at his family, and that could cause lots of problems. He's a good man. He's happy to wait until the king changes.
Do I cause you lots of problems? Because I'm a common Kelpie and not related by blood?
Child, no.
You bring me lots of happiness. I think that's the sum of it. Wouldn't you agree, Morrigan?
I would so.
Thank you for being so kind to me. Well, you seem all warmed up. Let's put the blankets away for now.
He's such a softy, lost in his feelings again.
It's just his way. It is so, Master Robert. Honestly, Morrigan, you have a heart of stone sometimes.
I think she just shows things in her own way. That's certainly not true. Robert, we may not be your blood family and you're not our successor, but that doesn't mean we don't want what's best for you.
I know I haven't been here a long time, but I want to help you both too. You're not my mama or papa, but this is the nicest feeling I've ever known. You're like my new family. Now stop it, the pair of you, or I'll be in bits. Tea for us all. Cheers to each other.
All right, now to get the final choice. That was sweet, though. It's always nice to see you too, my darling.
It is?
Absolutely. There aren't all that many people who like collecting shells as much as you do. You've brought me some beauties.
Those earrings! Did you use some of the shells I found to make them?
Oh. Too right I did. Aren't they the cutest things you've ever seen?
Morrigan, are you saying Robert fetched them for you?
I am so.
He's got an eye for beautiful things, that's for certain. Oh, I'll find more for you both. I'll bring you a beautiful shell too, Sean.
Oh, that's so cute.
I'll look forward to that. But Master Robert, you have to keep the most beautiful shells for yourself.
Exactly.
Why? Because you need to start your collection somewhere. Am I allowed to have a collection?
Of course. The king collects gold for fun. I collect shoes and dresses and bags.
You're a real hoarder, Morrigan. But Master Robert, of course you can have a collection. If you need to put it somewhere hidden away, I have a little pouch that'll do just the trick. I'm so lucky that you both take care of me.
We've heard this line, so we're gonna skip ahead, I think, 2 dialogue boxes.
Cheers to each other. Cheers!
Cheers. That's my brother. The serpent whose heart is so big that he'll give everyone a chance. Even our king, who deserves nothing but scorn. And dear little Robert, the sweetest boy I've ever met. They sure make the days here pass a little easier. 20 years later. Oh. All the days feel the same in this damn place. It's hard to know if it's been 1 year or 100.
This draconic text is vexing, but I cannot open the box without the incantation.
Do I recognize this box?
And it's such a lovely box. Is it from the royal vault?
Indeed. It hasn't been appraised yet. Call the seer. He is well versed in dead tongues.
Oh, yes, of course. I'd be delighted. I'll be back shortly.
Oh, that's just grand. It's me and the king alone. 2 decades and the conversation will be the same as ever.
He wastes too much time on that common boy. He is clearly capable of child rearing.
I still want to slap you after everything. Robert has grown into a fine Kelpie.
As fine as a Kelpie can be. At least his workhorse nature makes him dutiful. The other boys his age are so idle.
They're busy flirting and gallivanting. Not that I blame them. There's so much pressure to produce children. The girls and the neithers are no better. Love's turned into a competition.
Sean's disinclination to breed vexes me. We need more sea serpents. All I see are goblins and commoners.
Oh, enough. To hell with him and his moaning. I am settling this once and for all. You are enraged. In a flash of anger, you say, "It's none of your business." This again? It's all you talk about. Is it the only thing that matters to you? It is not your or my business what my brother does and does not want in love. We are not having this conversation again.
You know it is disordered. Inherently unnatural. Breeding is our survival.
It is none of those things. I support Sean in whatever choices he makes. If he does not want to do, I shall not force him. It's that simple.
You are the eldest. If you cannot, he must.
No. My care and love for him is greater than some archaic bloodline. We are done here. I've outstayed my welcome.
Sister, you look upset. My king, are you well?
Something is different with that Kelpie boy today. Something has changed. I saw him a month ago and he did not carry this strange aura. Get this woman out of my sight! I will not speak to her again. Be grateful I have not killed her!
Alright, I'm gonna go back and get the other choices now. No one cares about this aside from you. I speak to servants in this castle every day. Not a one of them speaks ill of my brother. They don't disrespect his preferences. They're accepting of him as he is. The only one that has a problem is you.
Other sea mythics scoff at his sexless nature. Do not be naive enough to think they would ridicule him to his face. They are not so honest.
What wretched company they must be. I beg His Majesty to not perpetuate their feeble-mindedness.
They are not the feeble-minded ones here.
Oh, so you're entrusting the safety of this castle to a feeble-minded witch. I've outstayed my welcome, and I'm going to get the other choice. You won't share your bloodline, so why does it offend you? You have no children, and no one dare criticizes you.
You insolent wench! How dare you!
It's true, though. If you're placing so much importance on bloodlines, then how dare I what? Be honest. Why not have children of your own?
The royal bloodline should not be shared casually. There is no one good enough.
The dragons were the true royals. Your bloodline is not a royal one.
Utter those words again, Morrigan, and I will cut your head clean off. Successor be damned. The sea favors me. I am the king.
Touched on a sore spot, huh? I've outstayed my welcome.
Sister, you look upset. My king, are you well?
Something is different with that guilty boy today. Something has changed. I saw him a month ago and he did not carry this strange aura. Get this woman out of my sight! I will not speak to her again. Be grateful I have not killed her.
Your Majesty?
I will have messengers come if I am in need of your services. Otherwise, stay in your tower and do as you always do. Be gone, witch!
As His Majesty wishes, I am more than happy to align with that proposal.
Morrigan? Are you all right? I'm sorry. You must excuse me. Morrigan, wait! Your Majesty?
Oh, Robert, are you going to take the king out, maybe? Hopefully.
We are alone. Me and the Kelpie boy.
May I be of service to you?
Is that not your entire reason for being? Come, tell me the meaning of this dragon scratch.
Of course.
His blood is common, but I sense that the sea favors him, meaning he has a claim to the throne. Why do I feel so uneasy? I feel so hot. An echo of time. Mere moments before he was banished. You may have fooled the mythic courtier, but not me. You're no more than an usurper who has won Freya's crown through treachery. She has been sent to the Never Place for her crimes, for making deals with Pandemonium. Do you have any last words as you burn and then join her? She committed no such crimes, and neither have I. You know that. Without my favor, you will not rule for long. We'll see about that. Tyr. I will put every force of nature to work to dethrone you. Farewell, Royal Griffin. Rot in the Never Place until the end of days. He did not escape. I have ensured he cannot be reborn. How can the seas will have changed?
My king, is something wrong?
I must test what he knows. It is that vexing woman. If I did not need her, I would have done away with her by now. What do you make of her, Sean?
Sean is a credit to the castle and all who live here. Morrigan is someone I admire deeply. They were both very good to me growing up.
What can I expect from a common-blooded Kelpie?
This king is a bastard. He really needs to be overthrown.
I'm not sure, sire. Common-blooded as I might be, I'm willing to do anything to better the lives of our people.
Do not think you can make the difference on your own.
Forgive me, King Tyr. This is not what I meant. I am sure that through serving you, I can help the mythic people. Though, even out of your service, I would want to do my best to try and help however I can.
He must not know that the sea favors him. Yet, if he did, he would declare it and use it against me. That means I have time to correct the situation. Let us see if this royal box opens for him, if he is a threat to my reign.
My God, you're greedy.
This was written by the draconic mage Dracane, brother of the queen.
What does it say?
Blood is strong, but love is stronger.
It's opened.
How splendid! A fine addition to your collection, my king. I'm afraid I prefer shells to gems. I think that's more befitting of my status. These words held such lovely sentiment. Do you not think?
I do not. Tell me, do you love boy?
Oh, well, Neve and I do care about each other.
The puka boat woman? You and her are involved? What common children you'd make.
Who cares?
Perhaps you are right, my king. But do you not think that Sean would be a wonderful guide parent? Neve and I were thinking of staying here, even when we have children, so they can see him and Morrigan every day.
The sea has been corrupted. This boy is too soft-hearted to rule. You are excused.
I can understand why you worry, my king.
Speak.
I know you do not want the mythics to die out. Our numbers grow fewer as humans develop the world for their own purposes.
You are capable of understanding my stance, regardless of Sean being your guardian.
I understand you desire to help us survive, but I also know that my mother abandoned me to fulfill her obligation to the crown. I do not think that is what you intended, is it, sire?
I do not care that you're not your mother. I asked for someone from your line, and I was given someone.
You were given the worst of her stock because she didn't want to leave the children she truly loved. It is my shame that she offered me to you for that reason. The crown deserved better. But coming here saved me. I thank the stars every day for this opportunity.
Why do you thank the stars?
Sean doesn't care about bloodlines. He cares about my happiness. That type of selfless love is the most wonderful thing in the world.
If that kind of love makes creatures like this boy, I must stamp it out. My next steps must be planned carefully.
Robert, I really hope you're planning on overthrowing the king right now, maybe.
Read more to me, Seer. I miss hearing the dead languages, even the draconic ones.
Of course, my king.
I will wait. He will falter, and when he does, my punishment upon him will be brutal.
To be continued? No! Oh my God, I want to see what happened. Well, regardless, I think that means we have to leave it here. This was a lovely visual novel. I do know that there are a few visual novels that are based around asexual characters, and I think that is fantastic. Obviously, there's a whole ace jam, but you know, it's kind of cool because in general, a lot of people tend to place importance on sexual and even romantic relationships, and you know, it's not always the most necessary thing. So not everyone wants that, and that's fine. I do have to say that you do not have to be asexual to not want children. There are probably plenty of asexual people who do want children, whether through adoption or otherwise, but the king wouldn't have been happy with that regardless. So I guess we're gonna have to see what happens, but Robert very much has something to do with the guy from inside the box. At the moment, we do not know how that story happens, but that was cool. I loved these characters. I thought the voice acting was wonderful. It was a fun game. And if you made it this far, thank you all for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this game as much as I did. And if you did like it, please hit that like button. And if you want to see more of me, please subscribe. I upload videos still twice a week at the moment, but soon enough it should be 3 times a week again, and I hope to see you all next time. Bye.